Is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders and closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are hanging in with the market swings of August and this little bit of a pullback. But we got you guys piling into the room. We got Adam, good morning to you. Albert, Amy, we got Andy Richardson, good morning to you. Bill, Cindy, Kay, gonna rock with us. We got Eric, my girl Gina's in the house. Good morning to Jay, Jeff, Joe, John, Axe, John Miller's with us. Good morning to you. We got Kevin, Liza's gonna hang out with us. We got Lauren, Lewis, Martina, Raj, Remco, Richard, Jet, of course. All my peeps on YouTube land. Good morning to all you guys. I got Daniel in the comment section. Good morning to you. All the other lurkers in the background. Good morning to all you guys. Man. I don't even know. I'm gonna butcher this name, I think. Julie? I think it's just Julie. Am I saying that right? I've never seen it spelled like that. But Rado, good morning to you. Ivo, good morning. Matthew, good morning to you guys. And again, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button on. I don't know why Julie was such a hard one. Let me know if I said that correctly. Let me know if I said that correctly. I feel like that's what it is, but yeah, I don't know. All right, let's take a look real quick at the SPY. We got LW in the house. Good morning, LW. We got the SPY is gapping down again. Oh no. Oh, you mean the market could pull back? That's crazy. All right, so we got the market gapping down a little bit. We are at the lows of yesterday. I don't know where we actually open in 28 minutes from now. Well, in that last tick, we did just break the low of yesterday. So looks like we're coming slightly a little bit lower. This is a retest gap. Let's take a look real quick at some of these pivots, though, because this is going to be yesterday's close below 3 different VPOCs. So again, that was an area that we should have stayed at. We should have held. We did not hold it. That was this attempt right here. We got past that. And where we're opening right now, we have to look for the next pivot. That's going to take us right to this 442.44 zone. And we are below that as well. So there's nothing really holding us up. We have way more resistance higher. Whether we go right back into that 442.51 and then just that's where we fail. Otherwise, this area is going to be a very strong little bit of resistance somewhere in the 443.23 zone all the way back up to 443.59. So we have now a lot of resistance above us. And then, of course, if we come back to, if for some reason we rally like crazy, I think the max we're probably going to run out and just hit a extremely brick wall, like the road runner into the wall type situation. But 444.38 would be, I think, the peak of the bullish day if one comes. Otherwise, it doesn't look too bullish today. I have no other targets. There's not a lot of support. Probably down until the first little VPOC, and that's going to take us to 441.08 zone. And then I do have a fib up here that we drew a little while ago. That's first little bounce is going to take us to 440.79. So there could be still a lot more selling on the horizon ahead of us. And then if we start breaking that, really, we don't have. I mean, we could start looking at 429 as potential targets. So we'll have to see if this is going to give us a little bit of a bounce zone. So maybe again, I don't know, but maybe we come down a little bit. That's where we could get a little bit of a rally, and then this could happen. So we'll see how this little Fibonacci wants to hold for us. And we do have some VPOCs in the area. Otherwise, for today, there's definitely more resistance than there is support, and I think I like it to the downside. I think we're still kind of ripping or selling any type of rips that come into this market, especially if we can get it into any type of key resistance area for sure. We got the Qs. So the Qs, see where this is open. We'll give TradingView a minute to figure it out. There it is. All right, the Qs not looking good. Another gap down. Still got one little zone of support. We've already hit this one. And then we start to get into a little shaky area. So next little target down, 364.62. The next one down, 363.51. The next one down, 362.95. But in this area, there should be a little bit of support. Let's see where I drew these fibs from. These fibs, I'm not quite sure what in the world I was drawing. This is probably from a different discussion. Let's redo these ones. Fibonacci, fib retrace. Try it one more time. One more time on this fib retrace. I don't know where I want to start. This thing is a problem. I guess I got to start from the bigger lows because we kind of moved out on the SPY for the bigger time frames as well. But now this is going to take us to. So for the Qs to hit the 23% retracement, that's down to 358.21. So we still have a little bit more ways to go on the Qs until we hit that. For today, again, today, I don't know. We do have the FOMC notes coming out today. I don't know how much that's going to affect the market. Essentially, the notes are, we already know the information that came out. It's based on last month's meeting, so we've already had the Fed come out talk. So there's not. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. The only thing that's going to really push the market is unanimous. How many of the Fed people are on the same page? If there was anybody that kind of stepping out of line and saying no, we definitely need more rate hikes, or any surprises that happened during the meeting. But we already know the result of the meeting regardless. So it's not going to be a huge, probably indicator or factor to the market, but we will see some volume. That should be 2 p.m. Eastern. I think those notes get released. So we'll see. We'll see if we're even holding up anything at that point. Otherwise, right now, yeah, we could make a case from Monday's low. If we could hang in there, great. We do have some support coming in below us. So Qs could get a little trickier here, but it doesn't look very strong right now. My bet, if I had to, which is kind of what we do, I guess, for a living, but my bet would be that we could probably break and head to the downside. TGT came out with earnings. They did beat earnings per share. They missed 405%, $405 million of the revenue side. But here's something at least a little bit different. And I think when NVIDIA reports coming up, I saw that in a couple weeks, I think. NVIDIA is going to have high expectations. Disney, same thing as Target. Disney, the people are expecting that it just crashes and goes to zero. And the earnings, I mean, they're not great. I don't want to sugarcoat it. The earnings on Target, the earnings on Disney, not great. Definitely lots and lots of issues between and not even going into like the topical spot that probably gets me banned from YouTube. But Target, without any of the current topical issues, on just a revenue transaction purpose, it's not the strongest report. So, but again, we absolutely died yesterday. We got murdered, and earnings were okay. I mean, they weren't like, I'm gonna need to jump off a cliff. Do we want to day trade this one? I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna feel about this one. This is definitely a gap and go. Right now, it's into a good location in terms of, this has the ability to run bullish. I did sell some puts on this one, so I'm probably going to look to close those out at open. But expectations were so low on this one. We got clobbered into it, and you just have to say, I'm not going out of business. And I think you have a good shot to rise here. Right back into this heavy resistance zone. So maybe to the upside, we could get a little bit if we're trapping some of these bears on, I mean, essentially 1, 2, 3, 4 days, but really this one and this one were the big days that we're probably trapping some bears. I think if we get momentum, it probably comes out of the gate. I don't know how far it runs. We'll push this one higher to the list, see if we can take advantage. I'd only want to be in this thing for not a home run, maybe an R, maybe I can sneak a 1.2 potentially. I think we got to even look at pre-market levels on this thing. Come on, Target, move up. There you go. Give me one more. No, that's where you want to settle today. Okay. All right, Target. That's where you'll settle. But interesting nonetheless. I would prefer to go bullish rather than bearish on this one, especially right at open. Seeing that we probably do trap some people, and they just did report earnings this morning. So at the opening bell, I'm sure there'll be some additional volume added to that stock as well. Kava with a, I think they had a major beat, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Kava with a decent move to the higher side. Should be trapping some bears on this one. I'm not sure what the short float is. We could take a look at that one as well. My bigger concern on this one would be how far this one's going to run. Obviously, the higher we go, the more potential we could squeeze people. But if we're looking for like a 50% retracement, that should take us to about $52.08. If we could get to 618, 53.50 would be the zone that maybe some additional shorts might want to come in. Again, they beat on earnings. They had a pretty decent. It wasn't that they clobbered it. It was the first time that they turned profitable. So this is the first time this company's showing any signs of life. That hey, we could be something one day, like the little engine that could. But right now we're at the 38% retracement. Let's see if we get a little rejection here. We got some support coming in. Otherwise, if we could start to break out a little bit higher, first target would be $52.08. That would be worth looking at the open. And then let's see how much of a short float this thing has too, because they might have a decent one. Really 3.9. That's it. So we don't have the short float case on this one. I've never been to a Kava. I think it's a restaurant, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm not even familiar what they are, but people seem to know. I guess people seem to like them. They're turning a little bit of a profit. Come on, Kava, go up. You want to go right by target? Okay. All right, we'll put that one right there. We got Zim, Walmart, and JP Morgan. Let's take a look at Zim. Real virtual demand in the house. Tesla, are you considering a fade? We'll take a look at Tesla as well. All right, so we got Zim. How Zim is not at zero? Oh, I know how Zim's not at zero. The Zim dividend is stupid. Zim dividend. So before this gap down, it was 126%. 126% divvy on Zim. So that's probably why people invest into Zim. I did do a very deep dive into Zim, and I don't think any of the dividends are sustainable. And like, yeah, you could get 126% dividend, but you're also down absolutely massive on all of your positions. And to a certain point, is that worth it? I don't know. But this should be a retest gap. I hate the company. I hate everything about. I like their concept of like, hey, if we make money, you make money. But I don't think they have enough money to sustain the dividend whatsoever. So I think this one does come lower. We're kind of at a interesting location. The fact that we're breaking this VPOC right there is very, very weak. We're holding on to one last battleground, and then if that does not hold, we're going to see probably lower pushes, and then I think this one has to retest. If this thing has any hope whatsoever, that has to retest. Long term, I like it just bearish. But could we play this one for a fade up higher? Maybe if we hold this level. I'm not sure how far this thing's going to run. That divvy at open will be a little bit more attractive than 126%. So you might have some buyers, but I think they're just stepping into a big dividend trap on this thing. So probably not my favorite one, Ron, to play, because it could go either way, but I like it more fade the rips, especially in this type of market. Walmart, I don't think they reported yet, but they're going to have some issues tomorrow. I think they report, tomorrow before the bell. The issue that Walmart is going to get now is directly from the Kohl's report. So we just saw Kohl's was getting absolutely clobbered into it. And they came in and okay, earnings were okay. They beat earnings per share. Walmart's going to have some issues tomorrow because now the bar just got lifted for Walmart. So we'll see if Walmart can deliver some extremely good earnings. This has been running up into earnings, so it's a little bit different than Target. And for today, maybe we get a little bit of a lift into probably about 160.32 on some high hopes that this thing could keep running. If we get an extremely decent day, I think the max today would be about 161. But they got their work cut out for them. Again with Kohl's, I say nothing with Kohl's. Did I? I'm pretty sure I said Walmart. No. Either way, I'm looking at Walmart. And I was talking about Target. So those are the ones that I meant to just fill in the blanks if I said Kohl's. I thought I did not say Kohl's. Maybe I did. I reference Kohl's? Oh, they're just always on my mind, you know. I got, you know how like Ron, for you when you grew up, you had like the Backstreet Boy poster on your wall, and like all you thought about all day was Backstreet Boys. I'm the same way with Kohl's. I'm very different. I'm built differently. But all right, we got JP Morgan is selling off. I think this selling continues, but this is one that I would probably short the rips on. So probably not go short at open. Wait for this one to bounce up a little bit. Let's see how it wants to do at 150.86. And then we'll see if this one wants to come down a little bit more. Next immediate target we got to watch for is 149.48. We are very close to psychological 150 whole number. So we'll see if this one wants to get any type of a bounce at that 150. I think that's a good spot to do so. And then again, we'll see what happens when we get a little bit higher, 150.81. But JP Morgan definitely on the list, already pretty high up there. And then we'll look at TJ Maxx, not as good as Kohl's, but you know, we all can't be Kohl's. We all can't be Kohl's. All right, we got TJ Maxx, which is essentially just any store that can't sell anything. They just drop their stuff off at TJ Maxx. And they're like, okay, we've created a store from everything that people didn't want. All right, but TJ Maxx, nice little gap up here. This is not all-time highs. This can't be all-time highs. This is all-time highs? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. All right. Well, gap and go, all-time highs. This is gonna be one of those stupid ones where I have 0 targets. I don't know how to play this thing, but I might just go long when possible on this thing. Let's get this one up here. The store that sells everything nobody wants, all-time highs. Okay, we'll get that one right there. Perfect. Again, we also had a little bit of run up. So what I would like to see on this one is let's get a little bit of a pullback first. If we could, give me like some kind of selling. And then that one could get bought up just running into all-time highs. Different market conditions than it was 2 months ago, though. So beware of that. But we just saw, what was the company that just ran like, was it Eli Lilly maybe? One of those like just ran like crazy, right? So if it does what Lilly did, this could be decent. All right, let's take a look at Tesla, everybody's favorite. I have a man crush on Kohl's. I mean, sometimes I slip at notes during recess and stuff. Tesla is gapping down at a little bit of support. I do have this line on my chart. I think this is the 50% retracement. So if we get a bounce, I think it comes soon. Maybe $2 to the downside. We'll see. It is holding a little bit of support. Not much, but a little bit of support. Almost tweezers right here. So if that breaks, that's going to kind of level us down a little bit. I think I'd have to look for the fade on this one. It's down a whole heck of a lot at this point, and that is pretty severe selling into the end of the day. So Tesla, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play this one. I'm gonna have to at least look bullish. I would absolutely love for this little alarm that I've set 226.34 to go off, and then that's a spot to buy, at least for a try. But yeah, I'd have to look a little bit bullish, see if I can play this fade on Tesla for sure. All right. Zoe's Kitchen, Kava. I thought Kava does like ghost kitchens or something. I'm not mistaken. I think their food is like all made in ghost kitchens. Oh, let me see if I'm missing any tickers. TJX to the moon, yeah. Disney buy a little more at 86 for the long term. Disney with a little bit of a gap down. Again, just pure death and destruction to Disney right now. The House of Mouse is he's got his Mickey Mouse has got his back pinned up against the ropes at this point, but we'll see what happens. What I like to do is, I mean, yeah, buying a couple shares here and there is fine. For my long term, I'm out of deposits, but what I could do is I would like a little bit lower, maybe. But I do like selling some puts on Disney because I don't mind getting filled. And then any bounce, then cool, I just buy it back for some profits. DraftKings. That's coming from, this is a weird day. Adam's suggesting DraftKings and not Rock. I don't understand. I don't understand how Adam beat Rock to DraftKings. Let's see. DraftKings is free market. This one right now, at least we're hanging out in a little bit of a zone. This is a retest gap, doesn't look extra strong whatsoever. It's got plenty of room, even to the lows of the day, or to the lows of, I think that's Friday. 27.54 could be our initial target. Otherwise, I can see this one coming down to 26.78. I think we probably have to get back to this 26.78, if not a little bit lower, even to like 26.27. Something in that vicinity would be decent. But yeah, right now we're just kind of bullish engulfing candle here. We pulled back. We're pretty much at probably the 618 of this. Let me see. Actually, we're probably lower. Start a new fib. We're probably lower than the 618 at this point with this open. Yep. So that was the 618 we bounced off of. This looks extremely weak. Below that VPOC. I think buying some puts on DraftKings or looking to short DraftKings could make a lot of sense today. We'll see. Larkin says DE 10 EMA dividend play on the daily. I don't know what the dividend play is. Let me see what their dividend is. DE 1.16. So the dividend is not great. I don't really have a 10 EMA on the daily. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. You might be talking about this, but that blue line is my 10 EMA on a daily, and that didn't close above the 10 EMA. And if you want to go bearish, the last real 10 EMA kind of right here, but not really. This is really the only one. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. But right now, at least for Deer, we're opening inside candle. There was some good volume on that one. Earnings are right around the corner. So if you are doing anything on the daily, it's probably a swing trade. And earnings come out on August 18th. So just be aware of that as well. What level are you selling your puts? I like to sell the puts when we get down to the $85 level on Disney for this $79 strike. I've been able to get like $120 or something for the $79 puts. But let's see. Again, maybe at open there could be some extra volatility. But yes, $79 put. I usually go about a month out. I've been doing that just on repeat for a little bit. Every time we're in the zone, great, cool, sell it, $79. I don't mind getting filled at 79. $85. I like it. For the long term, I like Disney really anywhere from like 80 and below, but I'm willing to pay a little bit more on Disney just because I think they do have a moat. So I'm willing to pay really $85 and lower. So when I got in, it was very close. This is in the $85 range. Great. Picked up some shares. Then I also sold some $79 puts. And if I get filled at 79, I'm happy because then I could either sell some calls against it or kind of play it out of there. I've no problem holding Disney. It's going to take a long time for a lot of the issues to get fixed, but I think they do get fixed at some point. All right, let's go down to Baba. Baba should be a retest gap, but it does gap every day. There's not really any support. This one probably comes a little bit lower before it goes higher. Maybe great for the grandkids. Yeah, possibly. Like I said, when I buy shares, I'm not touching them for 10 years, like for the long term. So we'll see. Carvana, a little bit of a gap down. That one looks a little bit weak. That's probably more shortable. Should be a slight little retest gap. Shorting at 39.33 would make sense. Exxon Mobil, what do we got? 4 minutes left. So Exxon Mobil, I know Ricky Cadden was looking at crude futures yesterday when he was on the mic, but we got Exxon Mobil still a little bit of a gap down. Pretty beat up day yesterday. That is quite the gap down on Exxon Mobil yesterday. This one probably gets some continuation. I would throw targets. Maybe we could get to like 107.20 today. Probably somewhere in that zone, 107.17. Potentially. We got Roblox under $30. That one looks like absolute poop. Yep, I got nothing holding up Roblox. I'm actually going to throw Roblox a little bit higher. We have a little consolidation here, but besides that, not a lot. And I think Kathy Wood sold some Tesla yesterday, like a whole lot. And she put a lot of money into Archer. So we could watch Archer today too. I think that report came out yesterday. ACHR. They might even I mean, she's very good at buying high though. So that might be the top for Archer. Actually thinking about it. Thinking about that one in her portfolio for a second. PayPal to keep falling. I hope so. I do have a $60 put that I sold on this one. I have till, is it September 15th on this? I'd have to check. Shoot, I got logged back into the broker. I mean, for right now, it looks like I'm just gonna get some more shares. And then if I get some more shares, I'll sell some more puts lower. Let's see. Adam, I'm with you on TJ Maxx if I could get a little bit of a pullback. But I'll need a little bit of a pullback. Like a red candle. Like, yeah, not really because there is no price level. If it come back and fully retests on TJ Maxx, TJX, let's see, where's my PayPal puts? There it is. So I have $60 put. Yes, September 15th. So I got some time. It could definitely be a bounce in there somewhere. We'll see. Plenty of time. Yeah, I'm thinking if we get some kind of like 3-minute bearish candle, something I could take a break on, because what I don't like doing is buying after this type of a run up. Every single person is profitable on this trade. Like legitimately anybody that said TJ Maxx is the best garage sale they've ever seen in their life, and decided to buy some shares, they're all profitable. Every single person is making money. So we are trapping some people from the recent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then maybe some of this. But yeah, let's see if we get a 3-minute pullback on this one, and we'll see what happens. But that morning bell means, unfortunately, I got to disconnect from YouTube. You guys are incredible. Make sure you guys hit the like, thumbs up, and subscribe button on YouTube. It just makes me happy when you guys do it. So that's about it. Otherwise, I do have to disconnect, and you guys are more than welcome to join us each and every day. We do this from 9 a.m. till